gon' pop me a bottle, pour me up a drink. Yeah, she been sipping on ricotta, gon' pour her a bottle, pour her up a drink, pour us up a drink. A ricotta, we gon' have a drink of ricotta. Everybody drinking ricotta. Get you some ricotta. Oh, I've been sipping on ricotta. I've been sipping on ricotta. I've been sipping on ricotta. Ricotta or more. Drink like a boss.
Yeah, black excellence. I am excellently black with intelligence. I am heaven sent.
You are now tuned in to the Slicktalk With Scalez Podcast.
I'm live. We lit. We here. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while, right? Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
You go on vacation?
No, my new job has me moving around a lot more often. The managing a rapper, especially a popular rapper who goes viral all the time, keeps Maya P. Yes,
Maya P.
Yes,
Okay.
My daddy keeps me very busy. So, but I can never neglect this thing right here that we call the Slicktalk With Scalez Podcast, because I wouldn't know Maya P. If it wasn't for this podcast.
How
right,
old
dude?
is Maya P?
Maya will be 18 in May.
Okay, so we definitely have to give Maya P on Youth Rising Up Radio. It's a platform just like this. It's a podcast. We do it every Wednesday night from 8:30 to 9:30 on River West Radio. That's 104.1 FM.
Dope.
Youth Rising Up. I've been doing that for like 7-8 years.
I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing about
7-8
this.
years.
That's
so
fire.
We've had full blown ciphers. We've created songs. People brought instruments in there. We've also done like candidate debates and whatnot. We had this woman who from BET from New York flat out, and she was doing a documentary on the district attorney race at the time, and we had Verona Swanigan who was trying to challenge. Yeah, so that was insane because they shut down the whole studio, and we had the youth like interviewing John Chisholm, and they actually put a clip of that on the documentary that they aired on BET with Black Thought narrating and stuff. It's pretty lit. It's pretty dope. But yeah, we gotta get Maya P on there.
Yeah, facts. We do. With
your niece on the same time.
Yeah, anything with the youth.
We might have to do a battle.
Yeah, facts. A wham battle.
We might have to do a wham battle.
A wham battle. But anything with the youth, I'm definitely trying to get her involved in. You know what I mean? So I definitely got to tap in with you with that. For all you people who are probably like, who the hell was that just talking? Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is the homie Marty. Pronounce your last name.
Hagedorn,
because I didn't want to say it wrong. In the building with us today. Also, you got with you?
Dgrand Champ.
Dgrand Champ. You hear me? Hold on. Let me make sure I tag Dgrand Champ, because she be showing love. Me and Dgrand Champ been Facebook friends. She right for a long time. You've been tapping in since Smoking Gossip. I can't even lie.
I brought a guest.
Yeah, you sure did. Sure did. So we go way back. I appreciate you hooking this up for me. When I put the flyer up, it got a good response. So you're pretty popular in the community, brother. You know what I mean? This is my first time meeting you, but a lot of people, I think our 6 degrees of separation is pretty close, because when
6 degrees, 4 degrees, 2 degrees,
yeah, whatever.
Small walkie.
Facts. So how long you been in politics, I guess, is how we'll start this conversation.
Let's see. What are we in? January, February? So January, December, November, October. So 4 months.
Oh shit, it's that brand new.
4 months. I mean, because like, I'm kind of like a lot of people here in Milwaukee, and a lot of people I think across the country. We're just like, you come out, knock on our doors for these votes, for these signatures. You show us a good face, and then where do you go? Where do you go? So like, I've been like that, and I've done some political organizing. I've done some political campaigning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old enough to know kind of what politics of the city and the county looked like, and compared to what it looks like now. A little bit more diverse now, a little bit more representative now, with David Crowley at county executive, with Chevy at the mayor, with the, a lot of folks. Larissa Taylor is representing the 9th district. I'm not sure who your alderman is. I don't know. Do you know?
I don't even know. No, I do not know who my alderman
I definitely don't know.
I feel like
I don't even know what district I'm in.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no. I'm good.
I don't even know what district I'm in.
Man. I'm trying to think who is the alderman over there.
There's so many
your job
districts.
is in the 18th district.
This is okay.
This right here.
This right here in the 18th district.
This is not the 18th district. You talking about county? You talking about what I'm running for? So this is actually just outside my district. It's south of my district. So
Really?
There's too many districts.
So this is the new way that they broke down everything. Correct? We had Stacy Smitter on here a couple months ago, and he was breaking down how they remapped everything. Yep.
It's my understanding. I think some of these maps are finalized, and some of them are still being put together. So I don't know if my district for the county supervisor race is going to change quite yet. If I had some more people from my team, they probably would chime in here and tell me. But it does make a difference. These redistricting. But again, unless you're into politics like people are like into WWE,
facts.
or professional sports, it's like why it gets real easy to get lost. You got district police districts, you've got alder people districts, you've got.
Are those different? So the police station districts are different from the alderman stuff.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is a little crazy.
Yeah, that is.
It is a little crazy. It makes you wonder, think, like, how do they draw these lines up, and why do they draw these?
And why do they draw these lines up?
It all has to do with money, man.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. I was gonna say, is it like some type of financial thing that they do that sets the limitations or the standards on, hey, well, this can be a part of this, and then we'll cut this off over here. So your district covers what area that you're running
so
for?
I'll try my best to describe it. Okay. So basically, I do share a lot of Larissa Taylor District 9. Also, State Rep Lakeisha Myers covers a lot of my ground. So there's another district right there you got to follow. There's congressional districts. But look, it's basically like 60th Street and like Brown Deer Road, all the way to 124th and Brown Deer Road. And then you go south up to 124th, all the way up to Hampton.
Okay.
And then Hampton cuts off at like 107th. So you got like Lover's Lane and Silver Spring. You got 105th and Fond and Fond
That is your district.
Yeah, from my house.
That's his district.
Yeah.
The Appleton area.
Mill Road, Fond du Lac.
That's definitely
76th Street.
So you got
that's where I stay at. That's my district.
You can vote for me.
Yeah, I got you. I definitely got you. I definitely got you.
So you got the Northridge mess. You got the Hunterts.
Yeah.
I wish you luck, my dude. I wish you luck, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, I live there.
Yeah, for
grown
sure.
up there.
That's what's up.
Bleed and do everything else there. Like I've, got in fights there, had relationships there. Like my kids are growing up there. I mean, that's why I just threw my head in this race, because like I feel like when have we had leadership that can really like know their community, know what's going on the streets, know their community. And I've never seen it.
I think when these institutions were originally created, that's what they were created for. But over time, with corruption and money and lobbyists and all of these things that come into play, it has gotten so far removed from that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think originally you wanted a person of the people to represent the neighborhood, but now
a person of the neighborhood.
But now it could be a motherfucker who live wherever, and he come down every couple weeks and say what he got to say on the podium, and then bounce.
Call you Junior?
Yeah, you call me JR.
So one thing that I've been doing when I've been canvassing is when I have these kind of conversations, we last more than a couple minutes, and then we connect or whatever, and then sometimes it extends onto the phone or whatever. So it's like, and then we meet in person sometimes. So when I do get elected, and when I am introducing legislation and policy, like I want the policy to like be named after the people that inspired it. So the Junior Scalez resolution should be, you have to live. If you're elected by the people, you have to live. Work. You have to work in the district.
Facts.
You have to be in there. Your office has to be in the hundreds, in the wild hundreds. You have to be accessible. You don't have to be with a target on. If you feel like, I don't want to do this because I'm going to have a target on my head, well, you're doing something wrong.
I mean, the whole thing about politics or anything in a leadership position, you got to be able to ready to put your face in the line of fire. You know what I mean? So if you're not doing that, then like I said, you in it for the wrong reasons, cowardly purposes, and you know what I'm saying, and shit that have nothing to do with what the real, you know what I mean?
We're gonna see the
Focus is.
the reason why there's some buzz, the reason why Champa here reached out to you guys is because like this area, is currently represented by someone who definitely does not step foot in the neighborhood. At least I haven't seen her, and she's been in this position for far too long as well, since 2012. So, fortunately, like one of my main, goals, I guess, by getting into this, obviously is to get elected and make a difference, right? But also just like, let's wake the voters up. Let's engage the electorate, and let's create a buzz and see who else jumps in. You got another candidate who jumped in. So he's doing his outreach. I'm doing my outreach. Who knows what she's doing? But at the end of the day, I don't know too much about him, but I know between us two, we definitely are more representative of this district than the incumbent. So
Is it a so it's a three-person race
until February 20th,
and then it turns into two people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this
20th.
is one of the things that they're voting in November. Does it go all the way to that or before that?
Before that. So we got February 20th, which is gonna cut it
down to
3 to 2.
Yeah.
And then on April 2nd is when it's 2 to 1.
Okay.
So after April 2nd we'll already be planning our celebration.
We're already planning.
I like how you speak like you already, you know what I mean?
We already
That's how you're
targeting
supposed to
Mr.
do.
We're
You know what I
gonna
mean?
be at Mr. B's.
I mean, it's in your district. You know what I mean? It's in your district.
Mr. B's.
And before we split, D, I'm gonna hook you up with how you take care of that. Frenchie and Craig would be excited.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Hear from you because you know what I mean. That's their area. And when I was there, because this manager thing took me out of working there with them and how I used to, but I still got the relationship with them. We still family. But when I was there, they were very big on politics. Like any politician wanted to have an event there. You wanted to host a luncheon, a meet and greet, whatever, because it goes hand in hand. They need for their business to flourish.
Exactly.
They need a good relationship with whoever's in standing. You know what I mean? For them. So that's no problem at all for me to, after the show, I'll make sure that connection goes through. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
That's the least I could do. What high school did you go to?
Rufus King.
You seemed like a King guy. He did, because I had not to do this to him, but I had like a homeboy John. Shout out John, man. But this was like in the John B era. So like he looked like John B. He went to King. Yeah. Like he had a black girlfriend. Like he was like, and I never looked at him like you know what I mean? Like he was John. Like he didn't even, you know what I mean? So
my name is John.
Yeah.
Actually, my name is John Martin Hagedorn.
Wow.
Yeah, but Rufus King, man.
Okay.
Class of 05.
Okay.
I was just at Evolve Church. It was like a high school freaking
reunion. I bet it was. That's what's up. So did you speak at Evolve? Because that's in your district.
Yeah. I got to connect with Ken, and he seems to be pretty excited about this campaign as well. I mean, the main thing that I really wanted to find out was, what is Evolve doing right now when these temperatures get cold? Because when we look to the news, when we call 211, it's like, you got to go to St. Ben's. You got to go to repairs of the breach. You got to go out there to the south side. Yeah. There's nothing really on this side of town.
So I was out of town when it was cold as hell here, right? But I was seeing on my timeline, not to rub that in y'all faces, but I was seeing on my timeline that people were mad at churches or something about not wanting to open their doors to people being cold. So it was interesting that you bring that up. I'm saying that to say, my man, shout out Stacy, that was here a couple weeks ago. We had Mr. Martin on the show a couple months ago when he ran for office. DJ Mr. Martin, when he ran for office. I'm loving the energy of the new politicians because it seemed like y'all are on pace with what's going on in the culture. It's not like you're above the culture. It's like you're riding the wave right in with the people. Like for you to bring that up right now, that was something that was trending on Facebook 2 weeks ago. So that lets me know that your heart and mind is in what the people want. Yeah. And I think that gets skipped over a lot in politics because, like I said, it's a big bag to grab at the end of the day. So people be running to the bag instead of taking care of the people that even got you in position to run to the bag. You know what I'm saying?
I think the people here in my district, on the northwest side, it's just they want a lot of things. They need a lot of things, but it's just so hard to get their voice out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to get organized out there. everything is just scattered.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have moved over there to those high ends, you know, from say the Fiserv or whatever, you know, that's transitioning from all that gentrification, all that development happening downtown or whatever.
Absolutely.
A lot of people just been migrating out there. And then Barada has got
Oh,
everything. His stranglehold is growing. That grip in that
I think he
neighborhood.
even got an office in that.
I think
area.
he got an
Right
office.
there.
He got an
On
it used to be the
76.
old bank or something
Yeah.
next to the gas station and muffler shop.
That's across the street from my house.
Okay.
That's
okay.
my gas station right there.
Oh, okay.
So Barada, yeah.
Damn, I hate my co-host
He
ain't
right
here.
there, bro.
Don, who usually sits in this chair, sits in the chair you're in.
Sitting there, yeah.
That's his gas station. That Speedway is his gas. He go there every day. That Speedway is his gas station. So I actually got 2 members of the show. You and Don live in your district.
Yep.
Yeah. So so half of the show does live in your district. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you also teach at Brown Deer High School.
I
wow.
want to go there right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Teacher,
so hold on. Jason Love is your boss?
Not really. He's elementary.
Oh, he's elementary, but you know
Oh,
who
yeah,
Jay Love is.
But he knows how to catch the wave too.
Yeah.
I can feel his style.
Yeah.
I think actually he lives in the district too.
Yeah, he does.
I
He
think
does.
he does,
Okay.
He does.
So you got to reach out to him.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
haven't
my-
been able to
no,
talk
that's
about the campaign.
No, that's my boy, man.
Yeah.
Like we go back. Jason used to rap. Like I know
Yeah.
I'm airing him out. He's a principal now and shit.
Yeah.
What's
He's a
his
different
rap-
person
his
now.
rap name?
Jay Love.
Jay Love.
Jay Love.
Look,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got
Just
some
call
old
him that one day.
mixtapes?
Yeah, call him that one day.
You got
What?
some old mixtapes?
Now I don't have any, but
I think I might have some. Low
this
key.
guy might
I
have.
might have
some.
him on CD, low key.
But yeah, he was a part of a clique called Newbie World at King because he's
Yeah.
also a King guy
Yeah,
too.
he a King guy too.
He's a
Yeah.
King guy too.
Yeah.
Interesting that you work. So you teach shop,
I do.
wood shop.
Yeah.
You went to
Oh,
school.
they brought that
for
back?
Yeah.
They didn't have it at King. I know I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I had it.
Yeah.
I definitely had it at my
You can
high
build
school.
a house
Where were you
on the
at?
ground
Milwaukee Lutheran.
Lutheran. They had it at Lutheran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to Menominee Falls. We didn't have it at Menominee
You didn't have any
Falls.
Menominee Falls. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
definitely had it though. We definitely had
Did
wood
you
shop.
have wood shop?
I'm from Mississippi. Everything is wood.
Wood
I was
shop,
just about
yeah.
to say.
Her math class was wood shop.
Wood shop.
English. English
At
was,
home.
yeah, exactly. Facts. She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
I mean, wood shop is out of all the classes that I teach at Brown Deer High School. Wood shop is the more like light, project based kind of fun class.
Mhm.
You don't really have to have you don't have to have any prerequisites. You can just come on in there and make stuff.
I was in a movie at Brown Deer.
Yeah.
There
you go.
What was the movie that just came out?
The
Family Code.
Yeah.
We shot the basketball scenes at Brown Deer High School.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I got a movie coming out.
Uh-uh.
Feel My Pain, March the 3rd.
Oh, that's what's up.
Okay, D.
Where's it gonna be
Grant.
at?
It's on Tubi, Amazon.
Movies and stuff.
Where's it going? Tubi, Amazon? Where we going?
It's going Tubi, I think.
Okay.
But it's the C Mill story.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. You see me on the big screen.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
everywhere.
Shout out C Mills, man. Congratulations on completing that. I know
Yeah,
he
man.
started that a couple years back, and I just like to see people. I told people it ain't
Figuring it
how
out.
long it take you to do this. This shit is a
Right.
marathon, man.
Working
So
hard.
For sure.
just stay at it.
Hard.
You know, if you start something, it might take you longer because you ain't kissing ass or, you know what I mean, or
Right.
borrowing money or selling people out or burning people. So it's going to take you longer to get where
Yeah.
you're going
Keep
sometimes.
going,
You know what I mean?
keep
But
going.
stay at it.
Your movie on Tubi?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Both of them. Both of them. Trust Nobody and Family Code are both on Tubi. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I watched Trust Nobody. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
movie.
You were great.
Shout out to Steve-O. Shout out to my sponsor, Ricardo Moore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Steve-O.
We need some more bottles, Steve.
Yeah, we need some more bottles, Steve-O.
Every time
We had the politician here today, so
Yeah,
we
ain't
really need the alcohol for this
nah.
one. But after he's gone, after he's gone, you know I'm back to my debauchery. So we need some bottles.
We
You
need
know?
some bottles.
For
man.
today, we being politically correct. You feel me?
We out.
Appreciate
We
it.
being PC. Yeah, my man gonna be on the ballot. I don't want
Yeah.
them to be like, so remember you was on that Slicktalk guy
With
show.
Ricardo
I
Ramon.
was thinking like, what? Not
Yeah,
sure what to
yeah,
expect.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know, it's all
No, I like I said, I kind of switched up the platform because like how we're laughing now. I don't want it to be taken that serious, but my audience is older. I got people who are my age. We got children. We paying taxes. We paying mortgages and shit now. As much as we want to laugh and joke, we want to know what the hell our politicians think and what they talking about too. And if I can bring them in a forum where they can speak freely, because I know some platforms you have to talk a certain way while you're there, but here you can be Marty, bro. You know what I'm saying? people, that's what's happened with politicians who have been on this platform.
Yeah.
When they leave, people even write me and be like, damn, I might vote for them because I feel like I know them now. Like, it's not so much that they were preaching to me. You, the conversation that y'all had made it comfortable enough where I feel like I know them now.
I might lose votes because of that, because I got a forum tomorrow at a debate at Alexian Village, and I'm just going to be Marty. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I go, I'm just going to be Marty. Like, I might lose votes because I'm not looking or talking exactly how they might want me to talk or expect me to talk or whatever. Look, but forget that, dude.
So I know my homegirl Jazzy was running for a position out there at one point in
I was
time.
canvassing for her.
Yeah.
Actually did. She gave me a stack. I met her at Mr. B's. We celebrated up there. Maybe you were there that night.
I probably was
during the All-Star game.
Yep, I wasn't there. I was there.
Yeah. So she did not make the primary.
No, she didn't.
But I share a vision with her.
No, absolutely.
We're both passionate youth workers and mentors.
No, that's family.
And
Dude, to tell you that's.
She was actually on Youth Rising Up Radio as well, and I made a fact to bring a couple of like dope female lyricists on the show with her too. And I don't know what happened with those relationships. Maybe she still has them because she's that type of person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, we got to get you on the show.
Yeah, no, you got to get me on the show. I gotta pull up. Me and Maya gonna have to pull up on y'all. But that's good to hear about you canvas for Jazz, because that, like I said, that's friend of the show. That's friend of the family. Yeah. She's our hip hop sister. Also, we was behind her in the politics, you know what I mean, when she was running for office 110%. That's our girl, you know what I mean? That's our sister. But I was just saying about that area, one of the things that she was mainly concerned was that constituents, because she kept using that word, of that area benefited from the things that they want to put in that area now. Like, just to make sure that the gentrification doesn't happen out there, where the shit that they create goes over the residents in a neighborhood, and it doesn't service them in any way, shape, or form. Like, for instance, a coffee shop doesn't really service a mom with 4 children at home. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. As opposed to, I don't know what you would put there for a mom. I don't want to like typecast mom, but something that could benefit her. After school program for the kids to go to and play basketball for a couple of hours just to get out of her face and out of her hair. You know what I mean? So
right next to that gas station you mentioned, shout out to Rochelle, my girl Rochelle. Fate, she runs an after school program called Fate, fashion, arts, technology, entertainment. Oh, that's what's up. It's really nice, but it's hidden in that plaza.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You got STC in there. You got there's a laundromat, a daycare, I think like a plasma center or something like that, kidneys or something. But there's nothing for the community. There's there used to be a big Dunham's there. It's just an empty space. Which could be so much. Like, turn a little roller rink.
That's
something.
So that's
bring
funny
that back.
So it's funny that he say that. So where Mr. B's is? It's that thing right there. It's another.
Craig, a department store.
Craig took us in there. He showed us behind the scenes. He had been talking to the guy, who owns
because they own the thing. Yeah,
they had been talking to him about it. They were working on trying to get approval to make that a skating.
Talking
rink.
About the old Coles.
The old Coles right there.
Yeah.
They were talking about trying to make that a skating rink. You know what I mean?
Man,
so
bring skating.
Let's get on Marty. So that's gonna be another incentive when you talk to Mr. Beast. They're gonna be like, Marty, can you help us with that? Tell Marty come on up here. Bring skating back. Please, we need skating.
Because we only got what we got
Butler, and they don't even want our babies there. I be telling my daughter, like, why? But kids don't get it. I'm like, why do you go somewhere they don't even want you there? But I think it's out of
skate used to go.
Man, what? I think it's out of them not having any other option. I think if she had another option, then maybe they'd be like F Butler, but there's no other option. So she like, Dad, that's where everybody's at.
Because I think it's that, and then it's the one in Waukesha.
Nobody's going out there. I went to one like birthday party there and was like, what is this?
Please don't go there.
Please
don't go there. I'm afraid.
What goes on over here? Facts. I agree with you, Marty. That's real.
Yeah, bring skating back to Milwaukee.
That's real.
Yeah, actually, we had an event that had to get postponed at Luther Haven. One of my friends who Luther Haven is a property right off like 97th and Beatrice over there off Granville Road.
Okay.
Yeah, and his grandson was a part of that high speed chase that happened out in Waukesha back in December.
I know what you're talking about.
Just like there's just so much funny business that happens with the authorities. They won't give. He lost his grandson's life. They won't give him his cell phone back, and who knows why, but really at the end of it, like the police smashed into the car sped out and then crashed. The driver survived, but the 2 kids in the back died.
Yeah,
so the driver is locked up right now, but he's like, look, the police smashed into me, and I'm not saying he was completely not wrong, but still the kid probably has that evidence. And the police can do whatever they want with those phones. They can go in there and edit stuff, take stuff out.
So I was watching something with my fam last night, and somebody was like, I think it might have been the Griselda Blanco shit. And when they arrested her, they didn't read her. My nephew was like, "Hey, read her Miranda's." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, kids, we always advocating for street people. Like, so she just done a million fucking crimes, and they finally catch this lady, and the first thing you want them to do is read her damn rights. I said, trust me, nephew, they gonna eventually read her motherfucking rights. Trust me.
That's funny.
But my thing is to his point is that they don't have to follow procedure because they make the rules as they go.
As they go. Yeah.
So if it's something to protect them, you're absolutely right. You're not getting this phone.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if it's our word versus him, and the only thing that's gonna prove
is the phone,
what he's saying to be true is his phone. Good luck on getting this phone. I'm not. It's not a laughing situation. I'm just saying
it's a truthful thing.
That's how fucked up they are about how they'll
destroy it before you
exactly
get
before you get it back.
That goes for the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office too. Like, you need to hand over that evidence. You need to hand over that phone. You need to show us the footage on your body cams,
all of that,
and that needs to happen within a certain amount of time. We can't just. Me personally, it should be right away. But a lot of other cities and municipalities and counties, they're setting the precedent of maybe 7 days, I think is the soonest that they would actually release it to the community when a police shooting or a sheriff or county sheriff shooting happens and results in a fatality or something like that. But, people need to see this stuff. They need to help with the investigation.
That's a fact.
And not just be at the whim of them and their corruption.
Because if it was the other way around, the footage would come out fast.
Oh, what?
So another reason why to get out on February 20th is because the incumbent is not having that. Is not having that. There are only 2 people that I'm aware of, maybe more. I don't want to put anyone out there, but 2 people on this 18-person county board that is actually in favor of a policy like that for our sheriffs. And they're pushing that right now. But they're not getting unanimous support for this.
Okay.
So in the Northwest side and those streets that I told you, we definitely need that.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a fact.
We definitely need that. Milwaukee, we need that.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But Waukesha, we need that.
Yeah.
Menominee Falls,
we need that for sure. Definitely do.
Yeah. Wow. So we need more elected officials or community leaders to step up and actually be bold and say what we need, and then demand what we need, and then mobilize the people behind it. Right. That's why I think the best. Being a community organizer, this is what I'm going to do regardless of the outcome of the election.
That was the same thing Jazzy said. Jazzy was like, I don't care win or lose. I'm going to keep doing this shit that I've been doing.
And she is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
She is. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, since you brought up policing and all that shit that our taxes pay for, what do you feel about where are you at with this tax increase? Because I know that concerned a lot of citizens of the city when that.
All right. Well, so the thing about this particular race is, getting people to differentiate between the county and the city is a difficult thing. When I ask people about county politics or county governance, they're like, what about this trash on the street? What about the snow plows? What about the reckless driving? A lot of that is municipal issues. That's going to land with what Jazzy was running for or whatnot. But the county tax increase, a lot of people were pushing back and skeptical on that one. Now, as far as I'm aware of, that one right there actually did provide a surplus. It helped get us out of the debt for the first time in who knows how long, which allowed for a little bit of breathing room. And breathing room, when I'm talking about in this capacity, is millions of dollars.
I know what you're talking. Yeah,
millions of dollars.
Yeah, you can explain to somebody watching the show who might be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Yeah, explain it like that. Good.
So basically, David Crowley, who I grew up with and went to Urban Underground with, and we're both alums of that, and we just been
Damn, you from Urban
since.
Underground, bro?
Come on now.
Yeah. So he basically takes $1.2 billion from the state every year, and then him and his team sort it out how they need to sort it out, how they think's best fit, and then the county supervisors, basically evaluate that, and they either go with that flow and just accept it and vote to approve it, or they challenge it like they're supposed to. They're supposed to advocate for their district. David is a great guy, love him. You know what I'm saying? But he can't be everywhere. He's not over here.
Facts.
So we need people that represent their districts that can really be vocal on our seniors here don't have a community center, a senior center.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have anywhere to go. Our young people need a freaking skating rink.
Definitely.
Our buses have no shelters. You know what I'm saying? So like we need to, advocate hard for that. As far as look at that Milwaukee legend right there.
Yeah, Ice Moan. That's my dog.
I love that, dog.
Shout out to the OG, man.
I love that.
Hey, man, your county supervisor gets
Come on
phone
now.
calls from
Come on now. Come on
who
now.
y'all want to vote for. This is a hip-hop platform right here. Hip-hop politics over here, you feel me?
So I'm kind of like on a micro level, I'm kind of dealing with the same thing right now, because at home I live in these condos over by the Speedway, by Northridge Lakes, and I'm the president of the board over there. So right now I got an email from our property manager, Founders 3, talking about we don't have enough money to pay the bills.
Yikes.
I'm like, this is a charter spectrum bill. This is a water bill. Like, what are you talking about? So we might have to raise the condo fees slightly a little bit for these little, 130 people that live there.
And that's the same thing that you're saying is what the taxes.
It's going to solve the problem momentarily.
Yeah.
But as far as the taxes, that's only a Band-Aid, man. We got to find out different ways on how to raise revenues and create capital. And we have to do that probably with partnerships with the people that are really stuffing their pockets from monopolizing, whatever, housing markets, potentially, corporations that have many corporations under their belts. Like, it's tough because it's a private world right there. You want to support them on their path to whatever, to extreme wealth, but at the same time, like,
support me
we need support too, man. And if you're going to be really profiting, especially like someone like Barada, off the backs of the poor, and you got a cycle of people being evicted and then being brought in and then being evicted again, and then do we really know? We know how many people are getting evicted from Barada properties, but do we really know how much Barada is getting paid from and the sheriff's department getting paid from every eviction?
Exactly.
Right.
So we have to figure something out with this budget.
Definitely
really we kind of have to stop. There has to be a cap of some sort. I'm not sure
if there's a cap. There's no salary cap on that shit.
Why
not?
And why not though? You know what I mean? Controlling spending, like, is there? So I wanted to ask you this: when it comes to that, is there like a department that's over that, and who's over them? Like, if that's even what I'm learning,
kind of like an internal affairs.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I'm learning with the music business. Like, you got to get an accountant to watch your accountant. You got to get a lawyer to watch your lawyer. Like, so I'm wondering, in politics, if you handling the city's money, this is the people. This is the people's money. This ain't even your money.
Yeah.
Who's over you to be like, oh, this is we spent too much.
Doing too much.
Yeah, we spent too much out of the budget. That's where you come in. Or who? I'm asking you as asking the question. Who controls
the
that?
Finance committee? The Joint Finance Committee is the most powerful committee on the county.
I figured, because them the people who checks and balances
They
shit.
cutting the checks.
Yeah.
So when I get elected, I am going to throw my hat in there and see if I can get on that.
Okay.
committee.
You ain't wrong, brother.
No, we know.
I like ambitious people.
Yeah, it's not not necessarily my number one strength
For sure.
at all, but it is where we can make the most change.
It don't hurt to be in the room.
No,
Yeah,
for
right.
sure.
So
That's
you
where
can
we
hear
make
what's
the most
going on.
impact.
Shit,
And
you
I'm
can-
only doing this to make an impact.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit around. A lot of people, like, it people have asked me too, including current county supervisors, like, why are, you're running, but you're also a public school teacher. So how are you going to balance this out? Like, there's a couple teachers that are on the board.
Yeah, they was when we had Mr. Martin here. Remember he was saying people was asking him that too, because he teaches at Riverside.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, they were like, one teacher got hired, and the first thing she said was like, she got elected, and the first thing she said is like, all right, what are the committees that I do the least amount of work? Sign me up for those.
Yeah.
Like, which are the committees that have the least amount of responsibilities and the least time commitment? And I'm like, okay, well, why did you just lie to all the people?
Yeah, like why did you even sign up for this?
Exactly.
You know, like I mean, I'm a busy man. I got 4 kids, and I teach high school full time. So all those babies are my kids too. So I have all those kids, and then when they graduate, you know, I'm Mr. Marty to them when they're in school, and then I'm Mr. Marty out in the community until I'm gray and old and dead. So they're all my kids when they're older too. I have a lot of kids.
A lot of them support him too.
That's what's up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So to the youth that's drawn to him.
Yeah, we're gonna find a way to balance it all out, man. We're gonna find a way to balance it all out.
I mean, I think even like I said, when like I'm gonna keep using Jazz as an example, but when she was here, you know, I told her like, even if you don't win, the fact that you'll be able to use your platform to bring light to the things that you care about, that's all you really want. Now, if you win, then we gotta make another plan. Like, okay,
now we
won. Now this is what we got to do.
Exactly.
But even if you don't win, you got to put your message on a bigger platform than you've ever been on before. You know what I mean? So even with you, I feel like you impacting the youth. You know what I mean? You do the radio show. You working at the high school. So like, even if you don't win, I think your communication and the things that you talk about could impact one of them, and they could walk out and maybe achieve whatever you were trying to achieve.
Or even just shedding light on it.
Shedding light on it, period. Shit, I just learned some shit sitting here with you. You know what I mean?
Another thing that I do is I'm a handyman, so I teach wood shop, but my main thing is construction. I teach construction. I have an advanced construction class where we're actually building a whole tiny house.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
I teach metal fabrication and welding. And these kids, so half my job is teaching, the other half is landing them jobs in the trades as apprentices. So youth apprentice, you can be a junior or a sophomore going into your junior, as junior going into your senior. They work all summer, they accumulate their hours, and that that increases their chances of actually landing an apprenticeship. And once you get into that apprenticeship role, it's like college. It's a college for working trades. So
we need a lot more trades.
4 years, 5 years, and then when you hit that 4 or 5 year mark, regardless if you're glazing windows or if you're laying down floors or if you are like my son up in the boom at We Energies fixing the lines, the electrical lines, you're making more money than me, and that's the goal.
That's a fact.
Like I tell them all right off the bat, please, let's make more money than these broke teachers out here.
So I was just wondering, like, you know, with you being somebody that works in the field where you're hands on and shit, and we're getting into this AI world where they're trying to replace that. I think it's dope that you're keeping the youth with that, because I still think you need bare minimums. Like, I don't care how much we advance in technology. It's certain shit that I learned from my grandmother that she learned on a plantation that still apply today. You understand what I'm saying? So,
and like he said, those people are like making a lot of money because of the construction, all the new builds and all that stuff.
The new builds. So that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, we're living in a time period where it will discourage a child to want to go in that field because they'll be like, oh, they coming up with AI. They getting rid of them jobs. So I just wonder somebody who works with his hands.
They not, man. They need.
But then the fact that you're an educator too, so you use your brain also. I think so. It's both sides. So I just wanted to hear from somebody who works in construction. How do you feel about like where technology is going?
Technology is going so far ahead that I can't keep up with it. Man. I can't keep up with it. It's wild when you look at movies from 20 years ago and you're like, all right, we already passed that.
Yeah.
Or we're almost there. Like old movies like Minority Report. Like, oh, really, we can do that? It's just wild. I think construction, the hands-on, the metal fabrication, like you're right though, some of these factories, so at Brown Deere, we have 2 pathways that I focus on is manufacturing and then the construction. Construction fields and the construction trades. So yeah, I think that might be maybe a little bit more concerning for the manufacturing sector. Like before Brown Deere, I taught at Obama. Shout out to Obama, man. I love my Obama kids, and it's still kind of that was a tough decision to leave that school because I'm not used to working in a place like Brown Deere.
Okay.
Even though I live close.
I know what you're talking about.
Even though I live close to Brown Deere, people say, oh, you're not reading Milwaukee. You're from Brown Deere. Like, no, I'm not. Shut the hell up. No, but Brown Deere is different, man. It's just like these kids have 2 parents. Most of them.
Yeah. They stories ain't, because I worked in education for a long time. You know what I mean? So I know exactly what you're talking about. You preaching to the choir with what you're saying. And I worked in areas where the kids were affluent and the parents had money, and then I worked in areas where they didn't, and it's a drastic
change.
Difference. It's a night and day. Even your approach as a teacher is different. You know what I mean?
Even in the schools like Menominee Falls, and even in the schools like say Lutheran or Brown Deer, like you still the gaps, the equity gaps are still are glaring. For example, like at Obama, I would be lucky to get one student hired. You know, out of all my students wanted to get jobs in the trades or whatever, one student, you know, might get a shot at an interview. You know, but at Brown Deer, I got more opportunities for these kids, but still the ones that fall through the cracks are my black and brown students.
Damn,
you know, and is crazy. That is crazy because they're out there competing with, you know, a lot of these companies are still just going to go with the kids that have grown up on the farm or under the hood of their truck or in their 2-car garage, learning the tools and whatnot, and just having access to those resources. So we definitely need more companies that are willing to like actually be in these schools and teaching the teachers and the kids like what they need out of their workforce. You know, like so I'm working on developing those kind of partnerships too. I think at Obama I was playing around with that a little bit, and at Brown Deer too, like if we can actually manufacture some of the stuff that you guys are manufacturing, you know, and then actually introduce it, you know, and show your company like, hey, we made this little part that you guys are assembling. That's experience right there. But yeah, no, some of these factories though, Junior, man, like they really don't need that many employees. The technology is getting to the point
it's
where
definitely getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. And that's tough. Like at Obama, I was mentioning, right before I left, we had just bought, our department funded 2 $40,000 Fanic robots. So I was getting ready to learn how to teach this, how to program that thing, teach that thing. And then I left. But that whole world right there, like that's what a lot of factories need to be at.
When I left Quad Graphics, they were installing one of those to feed Pocket in Downpile at the end of the line. Yep. Yeah. No, 2 different machines.
And that's somebody's job.
And that was 2010. That was like 13 years ago.
13 years ago. That was almost 15 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
But the other pathway, the carpentry, the trades, like what Ice Moan is on too with these houses, it's just like
need that.
We definitely need that. And a lot of kids really, you know, they might be able to get there, but right now they're like, okay, well, I just want to lift some stuff. I want to carry some stuff. I want to hammer some things in. I just want to like get, you know, get active and see where that takes me. Laborers, there's a definite need for laborers out there too. So I'm just, I'm happy to be knee deep in that world. Because there's just so much opportunity.
I can only imagine. I got 2 shout outs. Jeremy Smith shouted you out. Dgrand Champ said he was in business class with you.
Hey, Jeremy.
Shout out Jeremy.
Hey, he's on with Steve-O too.
Yeah, he's Steve. Jeremy's been in like 11 movies.
I was about to say.
Jeremy be in every one that they do. And then
can I get on a Tubi movie?
Movie stars around here.
Shout out, and then the homie Mekamala, my brother. He said shout out to the homie Marty. Much love to him. He went to Detroit with me during the Wisconsin Jobs Now movement. Real good dude. Thank y'all for interviewing him 100. Hey, Mecca, you know, I try to get the exclusives over here at old Slicktalk, man. You know me. I'm trying to keep up with Club Shay Shay. No, just you know what I mean? But that's shout outs to y'all, man. So you went to Detroit.
I did. Actually, I worked at Pathfinders at the time. Pathfinders drop-in center. And we worked with like homeless and LGBTQ youth at the time. And yeah, a lot of kids. I was just literally just pulling them and putting them on the bus with me. Let's go. We're gonna be gone for a couple of days. Let's go. And you know, just teaching them on the way there, talking to them while we're there, partying a little bit while we're there. But like at the end of the day, like that's an experience. Like I'm running into people that still remember that, you know, Aaron Amphy, you know, like my guy Sonny, who showed up at one of my meetings. Like that's like a transformative experience for him. Like we don't travel enough.
No, we don't. We don't
travel enough. At Obama, I had a friend of mine who came to speak to my kids, and he was a Custer alumni, and he's older than me. They had a student exchange program. He lived in Germany at Custer. And then his mom and his his mom had a student from Germany.
From Germany come here.
Off Hampton something.
Yeah, that's lit.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Facts.
Where is that?
No, that's they did used to do that a lot.
You
back
brought up
then.
a very valid point. Yeah, no. Foreign exchange was a big thing.
No,
and
that was a big thing back in the
it might
day.
play a role in that we don't get along with foreign countries the way that we used to. So I think that might play a role because if you remember back in like the 80s and like even early 90s, our world, like they were trying to bring like the world together. Remember you had like all the We Are the World songs and all of this shit. Now you don't have any of that anymore. Putin don't like us. We don't like the dude in Korea. We don't like the people in Iraq. Like we got so many ops right now. How the hell you gonna do a foreign exchange? You send somebody baby over here.
Come back.
My baby over there, I might not get my baby back.
Let me tell you one way how we could do that. I was a part of an incredible experience. I am privileged to a certain degree, man. Definitely privileged.
And I appreciate you for recognizing that. That's the whole thing with the privileges. We just want you to acknowledge it. Shit, then we can move on. You know what I mean? I think that's where a lot of people get, you know what I mean? If that culture gets stuck at that we want to acknowledge, just acknowledge it, that it exists. It's the elephant in the room. Just say hi to the elephant, motherfucker, so we can walk by it and keep it moving. No, that's real. No, that's real.
I appreciate that.
That's real.
So my mother bought a ticket, and I don't even know what the cost it was exactly. But Peace Action was the organization, and still is an organization that's active in the anti-war movement right now in Milwaukee. But we went to Venezuela, and Venezuela and the United States is another one of them countries that we don't have a good relationship with. Matter of fact, Peace Action's diplomatic partnership with Sonora, which is a city within or a little state within Venezuela. Their partnership in Milwaukee, Wisconsin is a sister city compact, and it's at least the only diplomatic relationship that our country had with that
Venezuela.
Country.
Wow.
And that's what this little organization, right? So this sister city compact provided an opportunity for an exchange. So me, my mom, and like a slew of other, random people flew out there. We had to fly somewhere, and then we had to low key, like get on a little jet or something, a little two person, and then just shake our way over, into Venezuela, and then pay the guy under the table. But we did that. Yeah. And then, it was just like we visited the rainforest. We were out in the desert. We were in Caracas in the city dancing. We were everywhere in the mountains, and just experiencing culture and talking to people. We went to free schools, free colleges, free clinics, and their relationship with Cuba provided all this stuff because they got this oil thing, they got this oil agreement. So in exchange for that, they get their best doctors, they get their best teachers, and so they got all that going on. But that's a really good relationship.
Definitely,
and college is free. College is free. Healthcare is free. I got really sick in Venezuela on the second to last day, and they treated me like I was the president. Like they did not want an American white boy to die. I remember I'm like, dude, I think I'm okay. Just give me an ibuprofen. Give me a couple ibuprofen. They put me in the ambulance. They were going probably like 160 miles an hour. I was in the back. They got me to the clinic, and it was just weird. Like it definitely didn't look like Ascension Healthcare or Freighter or anything like that. It was a little, it didn't look like that. Right. A couple dogs here, a broken TV over there, whatever. But there was no wait line. There was no big forms I had to fill out. Like they explained everything. What kind of medicine they were giving me, and the nurses were beautiful Cuban ladies. It was wonderful.
So you bring up a very valid point, and I damn near think that's why they don't want us to travel, because when you travel, then you see how other cultures operate.
Come on now.
Exactly.
And then you come back and be like, yo, why the fuck are we doing?
Why I gotta pay for?
And I thought this was the greatest place on earth. Ain't that what you told me? Well, I just went somewhere where they got free this, free that. They people getting along. They ain't had a war in 90 years.
I gotta pay so much for medicine. That don't make no sense.
Come on, man.
We can have I think we do have sister city compacts that have, this common council Chevy that have already put in resolution. Okay. We've already made these agreements, in Africa, in different countries in Africa, and like. That's something that we've talked about too with the youth and me and you as well. There's opportunities here the biggest thing about this particular race too for county supervisor is the opportunities are out there, but people don't know about them and they don't know how to access them, and they don't have leaders that can actually break it down to them on how to access them. You know, if we have an actual compact relationship with a city in Ghana or Nigeria,
come on now.
you know, let's tap into some of our students that might have some ancestors and some family out there,
man.
and let's get you out there.
Right.
Like there's definitely
Get them out of the city, man. Get them out of here.
To Dan Smith, who is the president of Breaking Barriers.
That's my guy too.
Another organization that Marty and I work with, as well as all of us.
So Dan is a good dude.
Suleiman.
Yeah, I send a shout out to them because they do a lot of work with the youth and in this community. Me coming from Mississippi, I saw this. I've seen this, and I've only been here 10 years, but I've seen a drastic change within the youth here. And to find people with the same passion is rare. It's getting rare, more rare here in Milwaukee by the day. So when I met Marty and he's collaborating with all of these youth, it just inspired me. And I had to get close to the action.
Absolutely.
Because the thing about having love for your people is it's contagious. And when you have that spark in yourself, you just want to get next to it and go further and further. And I think that if we get Marty into office, not only will it be a better place for the adults, but for our kids to grow up.
Facts.
I want to move into the 18th district, even though I don't even live there. I want to move there. When he gets elected, I'm looking for housing in the 18th district, not because it's better or prettier, because our leadership will be
exactly.
So that makes for better living. So
absolutely.
that's what I wanted. That's all I wanted to say.
I think to her point too, when people take into consideration where they move into and shit, they don't take that into consideration.
You definitely don't.
Who's the alderman over there? Who's the
I just said, I didn't even know until you just said it.
And they make housing and moving so hard that that's one of the things that you don't even fucking think about. Like I'm trying to worry about 100 other things just to get this place that I don't even care who the alderman is. But that affects you living over there because your children have to go to school there, and that all of that. So that affects everything that's going on over there.
We were on the radio. I did the radio show with Marty last week and with the youth, and I asked them what was their opinion of today's politics. And no one except for one, and I'm so inspired by him. He's been touched by your love. He was the only one that actually had knowledge of anything political going on around him. And I told him, I told the rest of them that the laws that are being made now are targeting our youth. They're not made for us. They don't give a damn whether we abide
on
the
real. That's a fact.
But our youth, they want them to be left alone out here on the street where their laws can affect their lives.
Actually, it was Dave who told me that he repeated that on the ride home later that night. He repeated that to me. He's like, man, that really stuck with me, what you said.
Because that's real.
I think our youth need to pay more attention to these facts.
But it's also the things that are brought to their attention. See how that affected that brother? Because you said something. See what I'm saying? It's what's being brought to their attention. You know what I mean? My grandmother used to always say the idol's mind is the devil's workshop. So with that being said, is if you putting things of that nature in front of a mind that's growing and is looking at the world like this, and you constantly putting that type of bullshit in front of them and not no real information, what else did you expect to get out of it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then even speaking to the youth, I like what he said, that it affected David or y'all got Mir, and it might be 30 other kids in the room. Man, you only got to get one.
Amen.
You know what I mean? That's the half the battle. If you get one, that's half the battle.
That's what he said on the show.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you stick around us, us 1, 2, 3 long enough, it's going to be this positivity is going to be contagious.
It's contagious.
This yearning for more knowledge is going to be contagious.
I worked very well as a teacher, right?
That's a fact.
And a part of my cheat code was, for one, they don't see black men in these schools. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of us working in these schools. So when I worked for the company I worked for, shout out New Life and shout out COA, because those are the two companies I worked for. When they would place me in schools, that's where they would send me, because they'd be like, they need a necessity. They need that presence in the building. With that being said, I also used to meet my kids at their level. Like I didn't never come in like, oh, I'm this educator, because I'm not that. I barely went to school myself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to come in portraying. But what would blow their mind is they'll be like, you went to college? Yeah. Like, yeah, fam, I'm from 22nd in Congress, boss. I'm in the ghetto, and I went to college. Me, believe me. Dude walked in here with the dreadlocks and the jewelry on and all that. I went to college. So people who look like me, because they don't think that. There's no historically black colleges here or nothing, so they don't even see people like us going to school. Like kids in the South see that a lot.
Why
you know
not?
what I mean?
Why aren't there any?
I don't know why there aren't any here.
You know
I think that's very, and you bring up to your point, Marty, about that. I think that's very part of when I be like, America still got its issues. The fact that there's not a historically black college in places. Okay, Montana doesn't have one because it's not predominantly, it's not a lot of black people there, but any areas where it's ethnic and cultured, I think there should be historically black universities.
Speaking about Northridge, like there's so much opportunity.
Bro, it's
so.
What are they doing with that?
Why don't they put an HBCU? Why don't they put something, an institution of higher learning there, or something like Sherman Phoenix, where you can actually put the cultural diversity on display there and really promote and support small business. We don't want another supermarket.
That's what Jazz was talking about.
We don't want another supermarket that's just going to get, I'm sorry, but it's just going to get chased away. It's shut down again.
And it is gonna lose because it's a Walmart.
What is out there?
It's a Walmart down the street.
Is it just Menards? That's the only thing that's out there now?
It's Menards. It's a Foot Locker.
And there's this shirt. I got this shirt today from the Paparazzi.
Yeah, store. Paparazzi store.
Man, listen.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Hey, like I said, I was looking at these clothes, and one of the owners was there, and I was just like, why aren't you working with the talent that's out here? Man. We could do that. I know people that do that, and they're like, oh no, sorry, he's not gonna understand you. He's not gonna listen to you. He's gonna close the door. We don't want any local artists. Like, what are you talking about? There's so much drip out here. It's nice. Exactly. It's colorful.
No, the local designers are fire. So
they definitely are.
But they shut the door on that.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what, even in the music. So Marty, this is where I wanted to say to people. I've been, for the last 6 months of my life, going on 7, I've been on the other side of the music business. You know how we always looked at like, oh,
you're on the inside.
I'm on the other side of the table where I see how they make this shit work, the tricks they pull, the shady shit they do, all of that. I'm exposed to all of these things. The one thing that keeps me inspired is looking at a market like Detroit. I remember Detroit 5-6 years ago, before Icewear Vezo was a millionaire, before 42 Doug was a millionaire, before all these rappers became millionaires.
It was just Big Sean and Eminem.
And the city was fucked up.
Kid Rock.
If you go there, Kid Rock. If you go there today, the east sides and west sides of Detroit look totally different because Cash Doll has money now. It's not just him. It's not every rapper there. So what I'm trying to get people to understand, affluent rap communities create things for your community. Maya is from 23rd and North Avenue, bro. So if she gets some money, where do you think she's going to invest her money back into? Lil Chicken's from 1st and North. If he gets some money, where do you think he's going to invest his money back into? That's what happened in Atlanta. When I was in college in Atlanta, T.I. wasn't rich yet. Young Thug wasn't rich yet. Future wasn't rich yet. By the time I got out of school and I left Atlanta 8 years later, those guys were millionaires and they were putting money back into Atlanta.
Your niece, Baby Doll, is from 85th and Brown here. Let's go.
So if she gets signed tomorrow, where do you think she's going to put her money back into? That's why I be trying to get people. We're not just asking you to support these artists because you're dick riding them or whatever y'all try to say in today's culture. It's going to help your community. Just like the Kavon Looney, just like Looney doing what he do, that helped the running Rebels. Because what Looney's gonna do? Once he get his millions from the NBA, he's gonna put his money back into the people who put him in the NBA, which were the running Rebels on 13th and Fond du Lac.
Oh wow.
In Waco projects. You get what I'm saying? He's doing all kind of things for that community over there because that's where he come from. So rap, basketball, entertainment, all of that shit goes hand in hand. So even with what he's doing, that's why I like that he's hip hop based, because I feel like that's coming full circle here. I'm watching artists from Milwaukee get $1 million deals. This has never happened before
at all.
We're in rare air. So if those kids bring that money back here, it can change a lot of things where we don't have to wait on the county to give you any money.
Exactly. We could give it to you.
We can give it to you. You see what I'm saying?
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I really like that.
That type of shit. You know what I mean?
So is Looney still on the Warriors?
Yep.
Okay. All
Yep.
right. He's
Yep.
playing.
He's playing.
Mhm.
Yep.
No, he's
how's
definitely
how's
playing.
his season going so far?
He's doing okay.
He's doing okay.
He's doing okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been following it too much.
I
but
met his dad. His dad works at the UPS.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
I met his
Still works at the UPS.
He's still-
But that's how humble, though. You know
But no,
what I mean? How
that's
humble
his
they
dad's
are.
choice. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's his dad's choice. But that's what I'm saying. That's the humility
Yeah,
of
that's what I'm
them.
saying.
I know them personally.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the humility of them.
Mhm.
That's why he's gonna give back to his community.
Yeah.
That's my whole point.
Now his daddy.
No, his daddy is. Yeah. That's why I said it's his choice. He
choice to
really
work
like
here.
it.
He don't have to.
Yeah.
That's
Run
one
the
thing
whole
that,
thing.
that Vic and Dawn do
Mhm.
really well and always have done as long as I've known that organization and those people is just they honor all
Man, shout out
their
Vic,
rebels.
man.
Shout out
Rebel-
Vic.
You're a rebel for life. They fired me, but I'm still a rebel for life. You know?
We all been there. through
Shout
there with them,
out
but I
to Vic
still love
because
them.
he gave a lot of people
Opportunities.
man. for
Even
real.
on the music scene,
Mhm.
he had one of the first real studios
Yep.
that you could record in. Ray
That
Diddy
is a
Bow and
fact.
all of these hit records
All of
here
us
were
was in
made.
there. Everybody was in there.
Yeah, Ray Rizzy, everybody
What
was in
studio
there.
called the Triangle
Trio
Yeah.
Records.
Trio Records.
Trio Records.
Right there.
Yep.
But he also, I learned a lot from Vic about
What's
how
the name in there now? Okie.
Hey, Oki's in there now.
Mixing out of
So,
there
so
now,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oki grew up in the Running
that's-
Rebels
yeah,
program, and
exactly.
now he's a professional engineer.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? That goes back to what his point is.
Yeah.
Him working with these kids with their hands and then getting them into the construction world.
Yep.
Because the thing about the construction world, my brother, and you know King,
it's some bags in there.
My
It's a
brother-
bag in there.
my brother went to Tuskegee, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so he went to Tech, went through the Tech wood program and all that,
All that
like you
shit, yeah.
teach at Brown Deere, but he did
trade.
He
all
did
the
it
trade
at Tech
programs.
trade
Yeah.
program.
Yeah.
So then he left Tech and found the HBCU that specializes in that, which is Tuskegee, the school that Booker T. Washington started.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And he wanted kids to work with their hands. You know what I mean? That was his whole thing. So they're a trade
Yeah, trade
school by,
yeah.
you know what I mean? They teach everything else, but that's their lead thing at Tuskegee in Alabama. So
There's so it's not necessarily black. Oh, well, you know, I don't even know how they're gonna frame it, but I don't know if you know Andrea Bester.
yeah.
So yeah, she's open in a few months. There's gonna be a full blown trade school
That's
on
fire.
54th and Brown Deer
Fire.
Road. It's
That's
just
dope,
outside my
man.
district,
Fire.
but it is another solution, right?
That's dope.
It's
man.
another entrepreneur and community leader that's kind of stepping up and meeting the people where they're at and providing what
That's
the
dope,
community
man.
needs.
So-
I was just about to say that's what we need. Man.
So when my brother was in this program, right, at Tuskegee, they used to send him weird places. So like remember when he had to go to Alaska for a couple of months?
yeah.
But it was because they were building. He was going places where they were building new shit at. So he eventually landed in Miami because if you learn anything about Miami, it's only like 55 years old, the city itself, and they're constantly building because all they got is water and land.
Yeah.
So now they're building on the water. So they're putting buildings in the water.
Yeah.
So to my point is my brother's doing very well because he landed
Yep.
in a place where construction is growing.
Mhm.
Get what I'm saying? And now he's the head of like a company where he's not even outside dealing with
Not
bricks
just-
and concrete anymore. He wears slacks and pants and button-up shirts every
I
day.
was just
Get
in
paid.
Miami with my daughter last
Paid.
year, and also like Puerto Rico when I was
Mhm.
there too. You know, my mind doesn't always operate like that, but it's hard not to.
I can only
especially
imagine.
like having those skills and like wanting to develop those skills. Like I'm not a shark, but I was like, man, wouldn't it be nice to
for
own some
real.
property in Puerto Rico
yeah.
and go down there and check on it a little bit. Come back.
Yeah.
You know, Miami, there's plenty of that going on
Look,
all around,
man.
All over there.
beachfront
Front,
properties, all
yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just
Hotels and
like
buildings
I
and
think
all
when,
kind of
I
stuff.
think when people think construction, just like even me, when I thought music, I thought just rapper. I never would have thought I'd land in a role where I would be a manager and how essential this is to young artists' career and shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Mhm. I never would have, because I was just thinking music. So that's my point about the construction. When my brother told me he was going into construction, I kept thinking like, nigga, you gonna be outside sweating, lifting
Yeah.
bricks and busting bricks. And this dude works in the office every day. You see
But
what I'm
people don't
saying?
understand that even demolition, like the people
Yeah.
that's tearing, they make
Oh, what?
a bag doing that stuff, man.
They do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, no, my son, it will be graduating now from King in a few months. So he did the youth apprenticeship program at We Energies. He finished that, and they love him. I think he's waiting on them to let him know. Yeah, if they're waiting on him to give him word if he's going to be a apprentice
And they
right
set
out of
they
high
own
school.
prices.
Come on now.
They set they
High.
own prices.
High
There
too.
might be some problems with that one. So, personally, like I feel like maybe we should have some more options, and not be beholden to them. And their
Oh, you
way.
talking about We Energy?
You talking about
I
We
feel
Energy.
the
Yeah, I feel the
same
same way.
Yeah.
I feel
They've
the
monopoly,
same
even though
way.
my daughter's mom works there. we benefited pretty well off of We Energy,
but no,
at the
I
same
feel the
time,
same
the
way.
monopoly that they've set up in this state is
Because
unbelievable.
my power was out for like 2 or 3 days. Like it's like
And you didn't even have an alternative.
Yeah,
Nah, see, that's boo boo.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
man.
boo boo. But for my son, he's like me. He's out here. He's having fun. He's living his young life. But he's also like he really is taking this serious. He doesn't want to lose this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Nah,
You know,
that's
so
what's up,
like
man.
he might still do stupid stuff and get in trouble or whatever. But they got him, in this program, and we'll see how it works out, how it shakes out.
So
I
that
mean,
happened for my god brother, Garrett.
Mhm.
Soon as we graduated from high school, he went right to We Energies.
yeah, wow.
And he's been there. Like we're 40 now. He's been there this entire time. You know what I'm saying? Out of high school. He never went to college or anything. He went straight from high school to working at We Energies. Apprenticeship, We Energies. They hired him full time and he's been there ever since. You know
So
what I
he'll
mean?
probably be retiring in about 10
10
years.
years. Yep.
Getting so much
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
probably.
Yep.
Yeah, retiring at 55 is just still so long.
Man,
Yeah, I want to retire early.
Don't that sound? So I think in our era, is changing that though.
They
People are retiring way
Way
earlier
earlier
than
than
that.
that.
They just put the retirement age up
that
to
up
70,
it. Yeah.
like last week.
Yeah, they just upped it.
Yeah,
Who is
like,
they? Who
literally.
did that?
Serious?
No,
Yo,
she's dead
I'm
serious.
dead serious.
But who is they?
Who is they?
I don't know
The
who it is.
people that say you can't retire at 65. No
So
more.
is that the labor? Who makes that? The labor union?
Whoever-
Like,
whoever
makes that?
giving out the-
Biden?
whoever
Maybe
giving
is
out the
Biden
money
saying
when
that
you get
because
to-
he 100? He like, I'm still at work. Shit, you can work till you 70. I'm 100.
That was Biden who said that.
Yeah. He like, I'm still at work.
Like a couple of days.
Shit, y'all can go to
Yeah.
work.
Whoever get cutting out the checks that when
It
you
has to
get
be
there,
Social Security
yeah.
Administration.
Well, I guess they were saying we was draining it or something. It was going
Yeah,
empty or something.
Nah,
They was
it's
claiming.
gonna be over for us.
How is that
By the
when
time
you
it get
take
to us, it ain't gonna be no money left.
It's over.
Listen, that's another reason why we're doing this. We're doing this trade stuff because you never know when you're going to have to build your own
Yeah,
tiny
yeah,
house.
exactly.
That's a fact.
You need to
Exactly.
be able to frame your own tiny house.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Man,
Yeah.
for real, man.
Even Jesus was a carpenter. Yeah. He had God's help, and even he knew about it. He knew at the end of the day he was going to have to build him something. And he had divine intervention. His daddy was the man, and he still knew. His daddy told him, "Hey, you're gonna have to learn how to work with your hands
Still
too.
gonna need a
son.
trade, bro.
I can send you some miracles from time to time, but you still gonna have to work with your hands, boss.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
No, I know you got privilege.
Really,
Yeah.
you got privilege,
You got
but you're still gonna have to work with your hands.
Yeah, man.
Like my man Marty here. You know what I mean?
Real, dog.
Real talk. So, wow, man, I've enjoyed you today, brother. It was nice meeting you.
Definitely.
I'm excited. You know, like I
I am too,
said,
man.
even if
I'm
you-
excited to vote now.
Yeah, me
on the
too.
real, on the real.
You know what I mean? Like I said, win or lose, you got the support of the Slicktalk with Scalez podcast. Whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, man, we rocking
Yeah,
with you.
whatever you need.
I didn't really know what to expect, but like I said, when I put the flyer up today, and
Got a good
your
response.
cosigns came from people who don't play about their politics.
No,
Dante
for sure.
my homegirl Angel went to King with you.
Yeah.
My homegirl Angel.
Yeah.
Angel co-signed him out the
Yeah,
gate.
yeah.
You know, Miss Spellman, she co-signed him out the gate. Harvey, you got my friend on there tonight.
You got two out the gate.
Out the
That's
gate. Them two people right there. I can't. If they co-sign you all good with me, and then you came through the champ. So you know what I mean. Them three people right there. Then just to hear, you know, your conversation, and then just to know that you're a teacher. Like, I don't want people to think, because I used to be a teacher, I don't want people to think because you work at Brown Deer, like, you're still a teacher.
Yeah.
You're affecting the youth, whether they're white, black, green, purple, or whatever the fuck. These are the future leaders of our world. So
That's a fact.
who influences them and the people they come across? I remember my teachers, my favorite ones and the ones I didn't like. And it's principles that I learned from certain teachers that I still apply to my life to this day.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So who our youth come across is important, whether or not they come across them at
Yeah.
Obama or they come across them at Brown Deer.
Right.
It's teachers that I met at Mesmer and teachers that I met at Menominee Falls, and I still learned the same thing. And those are two totally different worlds. You know what I mean? One school was 99% black and the other school was 99% white.
That's a fact.
And I still learn principles from both
Both
sides
of them,
because
yeah.
it's about the influences that you get. If you just meet good people, coming up in life, it don't matter what color they are. You know what I mean?
That school who is 99% white, the teachers were probably 99% white. That school that was 99% black, them teachers were probably 75% white.
Yeah, they were 75% white. Absolutely. Absolutely. Harambe. Now, I taught at Harambe, where we were 99% black, and we had 2 white teachers sitting there. All the rest of the teachers were black.
That was their name.
That was that, me too, bro. But that was the only situation that I ever been in that was like that, was Harambe, where I can say that the population matched the teachers. I didn't see that again until I got to college.
So what are they doing differently as far as outreach and as far as hiring? What's their HR doing? What's their principals doing? Like, what are they doing differently? Because
I don't know, because they was doing that back
take a page from them.
When I went there, and that was 40, 30 years ago.
No, that was their principle out the gate. That was their motto, I think, was to put the children with teachers that look like, you know what I mean, that look like them. Or was at least from the community. Because even at that time, I believe the white teachers that worked at Harambe lived on the east side of Milwaukee, though. So they were right there. It ain't like they were in Ashwaubenon and then driving in 30 minutes and got an attitude because they had to drive 30 minutes to teach these black kids. You see what I'm saying?
What do you think about public service, public servants like our firefighters, our police, our sheriffs? What do you think about them driving in from Ashwaubenon?
I feel like they should have to live here too. I think they should be from the community. And I don't necessarily know as much.
Just so you know the people that you service.
And I would really say I don't know as much. I guess all paramedics, cops, and firefighters. You're right, because you dealing with people in these communities.
It might be your
neighbor.
If
you don't understand how they operate, then you don't know how to handle them. You understand what I'm saying?
You got to at least have watched one Tubi movie.
Yeah. Come on now.
If you're going to respond to an emergency.
Come on now.
Honestly.
Come on now.
No, seriously.
For real, though.
I'm with you.
We cracking jokes, but this is, I keep this platform light, but at the same time, I want it to be funny and informative. That's how we've been doing this since Smoking Gossip.
That's a fact.
We're going to crack some jokes, but we're going to learn and give the knowledge and the information.
But I think that they should know your area.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's just like me. If I went and worked at Racine Horlick, right?
Exactly.
And it's all white, I would want to learn something about that community before I came and worked in that motherfucker. I wouldn't just want to be there.
It would just be $1.
It's a paycheck at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
It's just a job.
It's just a job.
And we know how people treat jobs.
Facts. Ooh, yeah. Most people don't even like their job.
Shit. But I don't really care how the rest of the county supervisors like this idea. I seriously we'll talk about the junior scales resolution.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we are going to see if we can get some offices in all of these districts.
For real, man.
I just feel like, because that was a point that Jazzy brought up, even Stacey brought it up when he was here. Everybody's we've had on this platform. Mm-hmm. You saying that you gonna start my actual law, but they all agreed with me when I said that, because I feel like if you gotta voice something, email, calling, if you got an office, I don't give a fuck if you ain't there. Your assistant is there. Hey, look, man. Look, man. This motherfucker across the street from me, he doing blah, 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 and I need your help. Like, it shouldn't be like a process where we're gonna call you back and all. I might need help right now. Yeah. So if I got somewhere in my community, I know I can pull up and go in here. She gonna at least call 211 and help me get some help. Or like he said, if it's cold outside and I know we can go here and be safe, that type of shit. That's what I'm saying. You just need to be boots on the ground.
What about you, Dooch? Like, what do you care about? Since
same thing.
Like, what are some other things that are near and dear to your heart, like that you would want? Because we need Dooch law. I'm gonna introduce a Dooch law.
He actually lives in your district too. I don't live in your district.
Let's think about that one. Think about your house, think about your family, think about your block. Think about your future, your present, and all that. Whatever's, we should definitely talk about that.
Yeah, we could definitely talk.
Dooch law.
Dooch law.
Dooch law. On the real, bro. On the real.
Because even my thing, like even with you running for office, like, and then like I said, I seen the people who were co-signing you and Champ wanting to bring you on this platform, and she know how I get down.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? The fact that she wanted to bring you in here. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, I'm about team. So if you can bring an asset to what we're doing, my brother, and I what I feel from you is in you and ain't on you. You know what I mean? I can smell it. Like if you was up here faking right now, I'd be like, dude, wrap this shit up. We gotta. I had text him a few minutes ago, like, dog time up, bro. We finna go. But you real. You know what I mean? It's authentic. You ain't faking shit up here. And if Mecca co-signing you, you know what I mean? People like Mecca, Champ, like These people, you know what I mean? These is people, even Dante, who ain't gonna put their names on, you know what I mean, next to nothing that's flawed, you know what I mean? Or nothing that's gay. They ain't doing nothing for no clout. They doing it because you're authentic, you know what I mean? And that's the same way I feel. From here on out, after today, I'm like Duke said, we're co-signing you. All right, motherfucker ask me who I'm about, Marty. Hey, you heard about Marty that's running for county supervisor? Hey, you live in Brown Deer? You know about my man Marty? You think I worked for the damn campaign? Because it's authentic. That's what I like. You know what I mean? It's just like Jazzy. We wasn't just doing like I told her. On this show right now, you ain't Jazzy, my homegirl. You Jasmine that's running for office. So I can't treat you like my homie on here right now and just kick it. I got to ask you the tough questions, baby. Because these people want to know, what do these Chinese people who own Northridge plan on doing with Northridge?
Exactly, man.
Well, that's a big question. That's the multi-million-dollar question right now.
Definitely is.
A lot is at stake with that Northridge situation right now, and I think
that's a part of the district, right?
Yeah, that's a big part of the district.
And Larissa is the alderman over there, right?
Yeah. So we gotta pray for guidance with that one with her. You know, I'm not sure. It's not up to me to say if she's up to the task or not. You know, but if you're saying put a supermarket there.
Oh, damn. We just had a supermarket across the street and it didn't work. Now it's like the St. Charles. Pick and Save was right there. Oh, yeah, Pick and Save was right there too, next to Menards.
Yeah, we gotta do a deeper dive into the community. We need gather some more data. We need another needs assessment if that's what you're coming up with. Yeah.
So I wanted to, because since you're in the politics, this was something I was thinking about the other day. I was in Atlanta last week, and I'm always comparing shit to Atlanta. But anyway, out there, like, what I used to like about growing up in that area, because I grew up on 81st and Carmen. So my mother, all her shopping and everything she did was in the Brown Deer area. You know what I mean? And I remember as a kid loving to go out there, like, ooh, it's Olive Garden here. It's all these restaurants. It's Fuddruckers. It's all it. Like, that stuff what about making it an entertainment dining district like they did with the fucking Fiserv? Like, that's all you did to build up downtown is you put affluent restaurants downtown and then all these hotels and all this other shit came behind that. Like, if there's a problem with the mall.
They got the strip across the street.
If there's a problem with the mall, what's wrong with moving some high? Because other high-end, I'm not even saying high-end, but there's nothing wrong with putting a Buffalo Boss out there. He's in the Sherman Phoenix. He's on 27th and Kilbourne. He could be out there. Black people, we like chicken, and he's got a healthy way of making his chicken.
You know what I would say to that is like, well, the Granville bid meetings are not what anyone wants to go to. No one wants to go to those things because they're not listening to you like this. They're not going to be able to hear you like this. But maybe you need to get someone from them like to sit here on this show
and ask these questions.
They might fake it. You might.
No, you can't fake it in here.
You might have to make it a 30,
no, you can't fake it in here.
But they need to hear it though. They need to hear these ideas though, for real. And maybe I don't know. Maybe connect.
I'm just. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like fine dining brings a different class of people out. You know what I mean? So like even a metro market. Like, make it more health. Like, if you want to put a grocery store there, make sure that it's one that's based in health. Like, Whole Foods. They're Whole Foods. Like, that's their thing. But see, they don't want to put them there because they think we're not going to go spend our EBT at Whole Foods.
I'm going to spend mine.
You know, me and you going, I'm going to get my chai by milk and all that type of shit. You know us. But I'm talking about they put all of us in a box. You don't know what people gonna do if you put that shit there. You don't know but I'm saying they already typecast us before they even... But I was just thinking about that area, other things besides retail. Like, okay, if you think the mall isn't going to work because Amazon and the mall is dying, even though Southridge is doing perfectly fine on the other side of town in Greendale. But if you don't think that's going to work here, then you need to go with like high-end, almost what Bayshore did. Outside shopping. And in high-end restaurants, movie theater, you know what I mean? But everything be kind of high-end, even though it's because what I liked about Bayshore is that they did the high-end thing, but everything was still affordable. It just looks pretty, but it's still affordable. Like if you go,
like they didn't really have the super.
It's not nothing different. It's like paying more because it's in Glendale. It's the same shit. They got a Target, bro. Like it's the same shit.
H&M
and they had an Applebee's at one point in time. Like
I think that was what Jazzy was talking about too when she was campaigning. She was like trying to reopen Northtown.
Yeah, the movie theater. Yeah,
which I grew up going to.
Yeah, me too.
I remember seeing Meteor Man. I had a birthday party for Meteor Man.
I seen 5 Heartbeats there.
I seen Friday there.
Yeah,
Friday.
We caught the bus. Like we used to catch the bus
next Friday.
To Northtown, bro.
Like,
we
catching the bus.
And what's the name was right there too? The Budget.
Yeah, the
Was
budget.
right
the
above
Budget
budget.
cinema.
Yeah.
I saw so many terrible
Yeah,
movies
You,
there.
me, that was our Tubi back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where you go
But I
see
didn't
all
go.
the-
We weren't going for the movies though.
Yeah, we was just going for the kicking it.
Yeah.
You know, I think if these things can come back, and they can come back with the 2024,
Type of-
modern
yeah,
flavor, whatever. But
yeah.
you need to involve the community.
Community.
in
That's a fact.
these, man. You
That's a
need
fact.
Junior Skills. You need Dudes. You need Champa. You need you guys with the development of it, with the direction of it. We need the young people out there
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like
that's a fact.
saying so if they're a part of the process, even if it's just a small sample size of that, they're part of the process. Then they're going to take some ownership with it.
Exactly.
And it's not going to just. The lights aren't just going to go out and they're just going to close up shop.
Yeah.
Johnson Park was another
Yeah,
one.
man,
Man.
that was,
Oh, my
man.
God.
I used to swing the bat in those
Me
batting
too. I went to the
cages,
batting
man.
cages. I
And
told
the
the
go-karts.
go-karts. I did it
Yeah.
all.
Go karts, the
Everything.
big slide.
Arcade.
They used to have a
Everything.
lot of things up here.
Oh,
that I
yeah.
come up here in the summertime.
No, it used to be cracking. It used to be cracking all the way down 76 to
Yeah.
Northridge.
I don't know if you heard me though. I had a birthday party and we saw Meteor Man.
Yeah, yeah.
At
Never
Northtown
Northtown
Cinema.
Cinema.
Why haven't they redone that movie yet?
I don't know.
They should've
What's
done
up with
the
that?
first
I
one.
don't
Robert
know.
Townsend probably ain't letting
Yeah,
them remake
copyright
his shit.
shit. Copyrighted shit.
Robert Townsend probably like, y'all not remaking my shit.
Leave
Nah,
that. He like,
leave
leave
my
that
shit
alone. Leave that alone.
Leave my classics alone. But yeah, that I just think that because okay, so if you just take it, let's say if you're an out of towner, right, and you driving up 76th Street, you got the area on Good Hope that's doing well because they got restaurants. It's Popeyes, Culver's, they got a Planet Fitness, they got a Starbucks, they got Subway,
Culver's.
yeah, and then across the street they got the car wash, and you know what I mean. So and then you got
Chinese
Destiny
place.
High School and
Yeah.
all of this shit over there. You know what I mean. So then as you drive up, so I would look at that like, okay, them fast food restaurants, blah blah blah. As I drive up and I get into this business area, this
Yep.
business district, I would expect fine dining to be there.
Yep.
High-end dining.
At least
When
some type
when
of
the Olive
restaurants,
Garden
yeah.
closed, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on out here? Like, y'all just closing
Burger
everything.
King,
There's
Burger
nothing
King
but
burnt up. They never built
liquor
another
stores, gas stations. That's it.
Smoke
Yeah.
shops,
Smoke shops,
Smoke
liquor
shop,
store,
for
gas
sure.
station, smoke shops.
Yep.
That's it.
dollar stores.
Check cash and play. Yeah, don't
one.
forget
Oh
the
yeah,
check
no,
cash.
check cash right there on 92nd.
Don't forget
With the
check
Chicago sub
Right,
connected to it.
connected to it, right?
And a JJ's across the street. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
That's a
honestly,
fact.
I think
So they
as an
definitely know.
educator too, and as someone who's got the youth, they listen to me, they follow me. Like I think Benson High School, Brown Deer, a lot of these schools in this area really, they need to be leading the way, leading the charge with this. The young people need to have a voice on this with the planning portion of it, but also like the constituents or the elected officials can't really pay any mind to them because they can't vote for them.
For them,
yeah.
Which is a big problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. So yeah, I mean that's not a county issue. It's not a state issue. That's a federal
That's
issue.
crazy. I'm thinking about. I used to work over there. Like I worked right there too, in that little what's that Faulkner
Yeah,
over there? Yeah,
Faulkner,
right
yeah.
behind it. Yeah, so
Yeah, no, we need to do something. There's these constitutions, the federal or the state, they just have too much dust on them.
yeah,
We need to blow some of that dust off
No,
and,
that's
and
a
rewrite
fact.
some of
But
this
that's
stuff.
why we
That's a
need
fact.
new blood like you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We got to get
Mhm.
new blood in there, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like for real. Like
on
who
that side.
yeah, exactly.
If we don't do what I'm saying and what you guys are agreeing upon right now, if we don't do that soon, then we you already know it's gonna happen. There's a couple of movies coming out. We got the Civil War. We got what is it? The USS one, the space one.
Oh yeah,
There's a couple of them, man. They're prophetic,
yeah.
in a sense,
Yeah.
and very telling of what's really
What's
happening.
happening.
Ooh, it's kind of.
Like
I don't want to
the
go
one-
down that path, but if we don't start thinking out the box and doing some of these things, these
That's a
common
fact,
sense
man.
things that need to happen, give these 16 and 17-year-olds. Not every 16 to 17-year-old is going to vote.
No.
But Maya and Baby Doll,
Mhm.
like they probably would have had something to say maybe a few years ago,
Yeah.
and now today too, like
And
maybe.
influence their
Yeah.
other peers.
Because I'm even saying like maybe that's what your radio show is for, and that's what these platforms that are out here now where we can speak freely about shit. Like even this, I created this platform because I wanted to voice these opinions, and
Yeah.
nobody can control me or tell me what I can say or cannot say. This is my damn platform.
Good.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think as technology grows and future grows, we'll get more things like this. And then the youth with what you're doing will be more politically correct, because I just think financial literacy and politics are two things that are missing in our community. And that's just because they've never been presented to our community. You know what I mean? Like, we don't learn financial literacy because it was never a thing. It wasn't a issue. Like you get you some money. Get you some money, you know what I mean? Not like get you some money, take it, put some here, put some there. You can flip it, you can do this. We were never taught that. It was like you get you some money, you pay your bills.
We were taught the financial way, but it was another system that involved a stove and
chemicals,
exactly.
So
that's a different type of
math. A different math, exactly.
Different
type of financial literacy that we was taught. You feel me?
Me and I just got a job and I got a bank account, and that was about as far as my financial literacy.
Exactly, man.
No cooking pots, none of that.
And see, even what he got with that wasn't even the full nines, but at least he got that. You see what I'm saying? We don't even get that. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
bag under the mattress.
Shoebox money. You know what I mean? My grandmama kept money in the shoebox. You know what I mean? So
grandma's
pocketbook. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think like once the generation that's coming up, because they've created DIY. Me being an artist from Milwaukee, and dude, you can attest to this, we didn't really have a scene that was known nationally before YouTube got popular. Well, this generation of kids did YouTube. We weren't YouTube niggas. We were MySpace dudes. We weren't really YouTube dudes. These kids took their talents to YouTube, which made the world start paying attention to Milwaukee.
Right.
Like, oh, they're rapping and dancing and stealing cars in Milwaukee.
Shout out to the social media.
Yeah, shout out to social media. That's what I'm saying. Social media created that. So that's what I'm saying. These
made the world smaller.
Have access and are exposed to things that we don't even think. Like you said, the one boy blew your mind when he was like, yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
You never know what TikTok thread he's watching. That he might be watching a political TikTok thread with young kids on it every day. You never know. So that's what I'm saying. We just have to present these things to our kids and to our community.
My 14-year-old stopped eating meat when she was 10 years old because of
some on TikTok.
TikTok videos.
Me too.
It's a healthy thing, so I encouraged it.
Yeah,
but it's something that, like, if it's utilized the correct way,
the way they access information is different than the way we accessed it. Is what I'm saying.
Because I stopped for a minute too. I ended up starting back because of the cheese, but
Oh, you went vegan?
Yeah, I want to go vegan. I want to go like.
I felt the best that I have felt in a while. So
you lost a lot of weight too.
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight too.
But you know what? I think that's the way we're supposed to look. You
know, that's your original look. Whatever
sick,
you was eating had
I felt perfect.
I ain't gonna lie. Whatever you was eating had you out of shape, and that's when you were sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you got back to your regular size, you're eating right now.
Intermittent fasting for me a few years ago.
I tried that too.
That was wild. Like I was able to tap into different energy stores that I didn't even know I have. I like to run. I like to work out. I like to compete. So I was just like, okay, I don't need to eat or charge up with an energy drink or anything. I'm just like going and burning fat cells at the same time and looking better and feeling better, thinking better. Like for real, that was a wonderful thing, and I need to get back to that. We always say that. We gotta get back.
We gotta get back to that. Get back outside.
Some type of fast every month.
Yeah,
some type.
But I know you're probably trying to wrap this up. I do want to say about the churches, and about the churches. One thing that Pastor Ken did say to me was like a lot of people come to him all the time because they know what his net worth is, or they know what he does for the community and his reaches and stuff. And they always tell him what he should do and what he should be doing. But really, no one really knows where they are in the process of doing it, because this system is so bureaucratic and red tape and red line. He's already in year 2 of the RFP process of opening up a warming center. Maybe not necessarily in the House of Evolve, but in the properties around.
I'm about to say they,
and that's what we were talking about. That's what we were asking about. Why aren't more churches stepping up and opening their doors for beds for overnight or for warming centers when these temperatures get to be below freezing and stuff that. So he just made it clear. I wasn't coming at him in a way where I was antagonizing or anything or angry.
You was just asking the question.
We need to know what's the holdup, and the holdup is the process and the liability and the insurance of it all. But really, there's no excuses though. Really, we really need to make sure people aren't freezing and dying.
I know his people. I know his family. I know where he come from. I know him a little bit. You know what I mean? So I know where his heart is. You know what I mean? I'm
probably trying to get.
I'm not a Bible buster, churchy type of dude, but I do like Pastor Locke.
I do too.
I like what he represents.
I do too.
You know what I mean? I like the fact. What I was impressed by is that when he bought the shit. He bought the whole.
That's what I'm saying.
thing.
He owns the whole thing.
When I found out he owned all of that, I'm like, oh, the beauty supply store. And they like, they pay him rent. I was like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Because I grew up where the Asian, the Asians and the Arabic people, they owned all that type of shit. So to see a young brother use the cloth to buy that back, like that was fire to me. You know what I mean? So on that alone, he gets a thumbs up from me. And then to find out that he's building warming centers and he's doing all this other shit. Salute to that dude, man. For real. And the fact that he was willing to sit down and talk to you, even. You know what I mean? I think that's 100. And I think that's because he knows that the community is murmuring, like the churches don't do nothing for people. Right? I think he knows that. So he doesn't want to be one of them people. I know him and his people enough to know that he don't want to be a part of that. Where they lump him in a group where you ain't doing shit for people. You know what I mean? I don't think he wants to be that. I think he wants to be an outreach, kind of hands-on minister. You know what I mean? His ministry is a street ministry. You know what I mean?
Did you see that New Year's party? I almost went. You know what? They turned on me. I'm about to go over there.
You know what I mean? When he got my brother Audie leading praise and worship, you know what I mean? Audie's a hip-hop R&B artist from our city, and he leads praise and worship at Evolved. That's when I knew it. When my daughter goes every Sunday and say, yeah, Dad, we have tennis shoe Sunday where you wear your best Jordans and shit to church. Like that, when he's doing that makes my baby want to go to church. You know understand what I'm saying? So that lets me know that he's not too above where he needs to be tapping in at. You know what I mean?
My pastor, I don't want him to get jealous. Marlon Locke, Mr. Kenneth, Pastor Kenneth Locke's brother.
Yeah. That's my, because people be always messing with me about Marlon and Tony Locke and all of them because they come to G's Clippers to get their haircut and all that. So I see them dudes
twins,
all the time.
Right? They're like twins, right?
No, like a couple years apart. They look alike. They look alike. Yeah, a couple years apart though. Yeah, but on that note, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. This was episode 209 of the Slicktalk with Scalez podcast. Great conversations. I love having these kind of conversations, especially for people that's running for office or even school teachers or police officers, people who working directly with my community. I love that. Brother Marty, let them know how they can get in contact with you, how they can support what you got going on and what you got coming up next.
Yeah, you know okay. So basically what we got coming up next is we have this debate at Alexian Village tomorrow, but I don't really, I scoped out the area. I think it's mainly for the residents of the senior center. But really February 20th is the day that's got to be on everyone's radar. And if it is on your radar, you need to share it with somebody else, because out of 55,000 people in my district on the Northwest side, about 5,000 people out of that 55,000 people actually get out and vote during the spring primaries or spring general elections and these primaries. There might be more turnout this year because Trump and Biden are going to be on that ballot for their primary for November. But really though, that's the main thing, is just like, let's vote Hagedorn. Get out and vote Hagedorn on February 20th. Find your polling place, register, find your polling place, and get out there and do that. How else can they find me, Champa? You know,
they can also find you on Facebook.
You can find me on Facebook, Marty Hagedorn. What else?
Candidate for District 18, County Supervisor.
Yeah, I feel like giving my number out.
No,
I'm not going to.
Like Mike Jones.
But you can also reach out to Champion Entertainment LLC with a camera. Okay, and we can also on the Dgrand Champ's Facebook. We have what else? Because I'm thinking we're forgetting something. Like I'm trying to think.
Our website just went live, so I don't even know what the URL is right now. We bought the domain, but I don't even know what it is right now. I think it's people of the 18th.com or something like that. But that's what my campaign committee is called, People of the 18th District. And yeah, we just need people to get informed, show up to some of these things, throw questions our way. Let's learn about the differences between county and city government, what county government can do to improve the quality of life, because that's what we're really doing this for.
Definitely. Supporting the youth. Get our support. If you need our support, get in touch with Scalez here at the show. He has our contacts if you can't get directly in contact with us. So,
like I said, man,
thank you for having us.
Absolutely, man. You got our full support. We stamping Marty. We standing behind Marty. If you live in the 18th district, make sure you get out on February 20th and place your votes.
Definitely will be there
with this dude, man. I think you know what I mean. Not I think. I feel like I know.
Mhm.
He's got very really real intentions
Yeah, man.
and real goals. You know what I mean, for what he's trying to accomplish. So I think we need to do that. February 20th. Y'all make sure y'all get out and vote Marty.
Yeah.
We'll keep reminding y'all on the show leading up
No,
to
that's a
it
fact.
too.
For
Also,
sure.
absolutely, brother. And on that note, man, we'll see y'all soon because I'm about to go on tour with Maya P.
I might come in and be a guest host.
Yeah, Dukes might have to hold me down a couple of these Wednesdays. But I'm gonna be gone for a couple of weeks, you know what I mean? Touring the country
I'll talk
with
to
Maya
Don.
P.
We'll figure something out and do it.
Yeah, we go on tour next week with an artist named V's. We're doing 19 cities. We go from Buffalo
She got out
to
with V's?
Seattle. Yeah, we got out with V's. Yeah.
I told him I'm gonna pull up to one of the.
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
Anyone else with them, or is
It's
just
just her. It's just her
Just her and
just
V's?
her and V's. Yeah, yep, just her and V's. 19 cities.
Who else are you bringing with you?
I don't know, man. We trying to figure all of that out right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, we
do your thing.
yeah. No.
You ain't gonna give him no bars.
I'm businessman. I'm businessman. I got my suit and tie on and on this one right here. But yeah, but the first show is February 7th in Charlotte. So we leave
Where's
for
the show in Milwaukee with V's?
We don't got one.
Why? That's just like paparazzi not having any local
True.
trips.
True. That is absolutely true. And we going to where he from, but we not going to where she's from.
Hey, you have some say.
Hey, I do.
You have some pull. You're an influencer.
I might have to get it.
Locations.
Yeah, I might have to get a runoff date. You know what I mean? I might have to get a runoff date.
Pull up at
Yeah, because we got some off days on the tour, so I might have to get
Make it
one of them
happen.
dates. Try to
Make
make
it
that
happen.
happen. Thank you, Marty, for putting that in my brain because I wasn't even thinking like that. But like I said, I'll be seeing y'all soon. And on that note, we out. Peace.